So, Christ is risen from the dead. Christ is risen from the dead today. Last night, us who was here, it started last night with the Jirak Haluitz Badarak, where we wait for Christ with lights. It's dark, right? It's dark at night, and we wait with Him. We wait for His resurrection with light. And so we're kind of, in a sense, continuing that light, that triumph today in a more powerful and visible way. So, as many of you know, I've only been here to Springfield probably for about a little bit over a year, me and Yerecki, and of course she couldn't be here today, but we've only been here for like a year. And actually, before we got assigned to come here, before Sirpazan told us that we were going to come to Springfield, even though I was born in Boston, even though I spent a lot of my life in Boston area and Rhode Island, I'd never been to Springfield actually. Can you believe that? So this was the first time that we went to Springfield ever in my 33 years of being alive. I'd never been to Springfield. It was when we got assigned here. So suffice to say that I'm still getting used to the sights, the streets, the sounds, the people, the signs, right? Everything and you have to kind of get used to, right? Like, where is the CVS? You know, where is the Walgreens? Where is the Big Y? We don't even have Big Y out in, back east. We're still in the east, right? So we don't have that. So you're getting used to all of these signs. We were getting used to all of these signs. And one day, I don't know, where is it? I think it's not Cooley Street, is it? There's a Big Lots. Do you know where the Big Lots is? You know where this is? So at the Big Lots, there's a Dunkin' Donuts, right? There's a Dunkin' Donuts there. And I used to, not all the time, but a couple of times I've been through that Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru. And you turn the corner, it's kind of a weird Dunkin' Donuts, it's a weird corner. And I remember distinctly, this was a couple of months ago maybe, right in front of me, right in front of my face, there's a big sign, and it says, Redemption Center Here. Redemption Center Here. And obviously, as a priest, that word redemption caught my attention. I remember as a kid, we all know what a redemption center is, right? We know what a redemption center is, right? What is a redemption center? Who can tell me what a redemption center is? Amalia. You bottles and cans, right? It's bottles and cans. So we used to do this as kids, right? Like as a family or whatever. You have the soda cans. You have the soda bottles or whatever, and you for tatargvin, you for kordzazes, you use it up, you drink it, chemes, and then at the end you collect it in like a plastic bag, and then you wait till the end of the week, and you have, 20, 40, 60, 100 cans of soda, and you can take it to the redemption center. You can take it to the redemption center, and what do you do at the redemption center? You take that to the redemption center, and what happens? You put it in, and it's kind of the most distinct smell. And you're walking on the floor, and it's like really sticky. And like you kind of don't like to be there, but I mean, whatever. Especially as a kid, if you want a couple of bucks, that's what you do. So what do you put the bottles in, right? And you hear the crunch. You hear the crunch, right? And you get 5 cents per can. So maybe you come out with $2, $3, $4. So we used to do that as kids, and so that kind of caught my attention. And so, but it's always interesting to think, how does a redemption center with these dirty cans, empty cans, how do they make their money? How do they make their money? How do they make money off of that? So they crush it. It has to do with the crushing, right? So they crush it, they clean it, they put it through a process, a chemical process, whatever that is. I mean, I know we have, scientists here as well that, could probably explain that better than I could. But it goes through a whole process. And at the end of the day, they basically make bales. They're called bales of aluminum, right? And it's cleaned, it's pressed, it's amalgamated. I don't know if is that the right word. And it's made into one thing where they can sell back to companies. Now it's worth something. So the Redemption Center takes something that was useless, that was actually worse than useless and turns it into something useful, turns it into something of value. So, when we think about the Redemption Center, where is the Redemption Center of our life? Where is the Redemption Center? Here, yes, here is the Redemption Center. The Redemption Center is also up here, too. It's what we received in Holy Communion. The Redemption Center for us is the church, but the church also experienced through Christ himself. Christ is the Redemption Center who takes us, right, who have disease, have sin, have so many things wrong with us, have complaints, have people betray us. We have failures in this life. We have deaths. We have all sorts. We have loneliness. We have depression. We have anxieties. So our can, which we are, is empty, right? But sometimes we don't want to take our empty can, which we are, we don't want to take it to the Redemption Center. Why don't we want to take our can to the Redemption Center? Because for some reason, we kind of think that it's better to be an individual. It's better to be, I know what my can is. I know that it's empty, and I know why it's empty, and I know that it's gross, but it's mine. And I have it, and I can control it, right? It's better to have that, we think, than to kind of be melted into the other cans, right? We're all here today. We're melted as the church, as Christ's, not only church, as his very body. We, gathered here today on Easter, celebrating his resurrection, are as much the body of Christ. We are as much the body of Christ as the communion that we receive from the holy altar. Sometimes we don't want to be amalgamated into each other. We would rather be individuals. We would rather be in control of our own lives. And it's really to our own demise, really. It's in our benefit. It's in our favor if we come together, if we give up our old cans and have them become one as the body of Christ. So, thinking about the resurrection, and as we go to our homes to have our lovely meals, I'm going to challenge you today. Has anyone heard of, that I've been talking about this for a while. This series is called The Chosen. Have you heard about this, The Chosen? Have you heard about it or no? You have heard about it. You have heard about it. So there's this great series called The Chosen. Okay? It's a new series, it's a TV series, it's kind of like a drama. I will challenge every one of us here today, when we go home for Easter, maybe after we have our meal, after we're having our dessert, go into YouTube, type in The Chosen, Season 1, Episode 1, and watch that as your Easter devotion for today. The Chosen, The Chosen Andriala, Season 1, The Chosen Season 1. And watch that first episode. Watch that first episode as your Easter discipline. And thus welcome in and greet Christ's glorious resurrection today. Christos hariavi merelos. Christ is risen from the dead.
Blessed is the resurrection of Christ.
Christos voskres. Now we will do the Antastan service. This is the blessing of the four corners of the world.